Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just apply it there.
Have you ever imagined what a vacation on Mars would look like? Maybe you picture gleaming white habitats and futuristic rovers. But what if I told you about a different vision? A vision from the past, for the future. Today, we're taking a trip to a place that exists only in imagination and forgotten blueprints. The 19th century amusement park on Mars. Picture this. The year is 1895. The world is abuzz with industrial marvels and a fascination with the red planet. Astronomers like Percival Lowell are mapping what they believe to be Martian canals. People aren't just wondering if there's life on Mars. They're dreaming of visiting it. And where there are dreams of travel, there are dreams of entertainment. Enter the ambitious, slightly eccentric architects and engineers of the Victorian era. These were the minds that gave us the Eiffel Tower and the first Ferris wheel. They looked at Mars not as a desolate wasteland, but as the ultimate frontier for a new kind of World's Fair. Their concept? A grand, steam-powered amusement park under a massive wrought iron and glass dome right in the middle of a Martian crater. Let's walk through the gates of this retro-futuristic wonderland. The air inside the biodome would be thick with the smell of steam, machine oil, and strangely, popcorn. The centerpiece of the park wouldn't be a castle, but a colossal clockwork orrery, a mechanical model of the solar system, with Mars glowing a proud, ruby red at its heart. What about the rides? Forget modern G-forces. We're talking about elegance and spectacle. Imagine the Canal Cruiser, a slow, scenic boat ride through a recreation of Lowell's Martian canals, complete with animatronic Martians peeking out from behind rust-colored rocks. It would be less of a thrill ride and more of a theatrical exploration, set to the dramatic sounds of a live brass band. Then there's the low-gravity gallop. Instead of traditional carousel horses, you'd ride ornate, brass-plated automatons designed to look like fantastical Martian creatures. Thanks to the planet's lower gravity, just about 1/3 of Earth's, each gallop would send you soaring gently into the air, a graceful, dreamlike bounce that would feel like floating. It would be the most elegant ride ever conceived. For the true thrill seekers, there was the Olympus Mons Ascent. This wasn't a roller coaster, but a funicular railway, a cable-pulled tram, that would slowly climb a scaled-down replica of the largest volcano in our solar system. The windows would be made of beautifully stained glass, depicting heroic tales of Martian exploration. The climax? A breathtaking view of the entire park from the summit, a miniature world of brass and steam under the glass sky. And what would you eat? The food stalls would offer a curious mix of Victorian favorites and space-age novelties. You could get a classic meat pie, but perhaps filled with hydroponically grown Martian vegetables. Cotton candy would be there, of course, but maybe it would be colored a dusty red and called Red Planet Fluff. And to drink? Carbonated beverages served from elaborate bubbling chemistry sets, promising the essence of Martian air. The park's creators also envisioned educational exhibits. The Hall of Future Wonders would showcase incredible inventions for colonizing Mars. Steam-powered excavators for digging new canals, clockwork automatons to serve as butlers, and even personal flying machines that looked like leather and brass dragonfly wings. It was a perfect blend of genuine scientific ambition and pure, unadulterated fantasy. So why was this magnificent park never built? Well, the obvious reason is technology. We were decades away from even leaving Earth's atmosphere, let alone establishing a self-sustaining dome on another planet. The cost would have been astronomical, far beyond the means of any government or private investor of the time. As our telescopes improved, the vision of a Mars with flowing canals and ancient civilizations faded. We learned it was a cold, dry, and seemingly lifeless world. The romantic dream that fueled the idea of a Victorian playground on Mars simply evaporated. The public's imagination moved on to other, more plausible futures. Yet, the idea of this park lingers. It represents a unique moment in history when our technological optimism was at an all-time high, but our scientific knowledge was still filled with romantic gaps. It's a what-if scenario that combines the charm of the 19th century with the boundless wonder of space exploration. It's a steam-powered dream of a future that never was. This amusement park on Mars is more than just a failed project. It's a monument to human imagination. It reminds us that sometimes, the most wonderful worlds are the ones we build in our minds, inspired by the mysteries just beyond our reach. It's a place where science fiction and historical fantasy collide, creating a theme park that, while impossible, feels strangely familiar and deeply magical. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into a forgotten future. It's amazing what we can uncover when we look back at the dreams of the past. If you enjoyed this trip, please hit that like button and consider subscribing for more explorations into the fascinating corners of history and imagination. End of transmission. Reality will now resume.
Man, I'm built different, period. I'm just built different, man. And I've always had an eye, discipline, and a work ethic that I've had at a young age that I just kind of